What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update and third stimulus package update. Great news from President Joe Biden regarding the third stimulus check package today. We're going to see and hear directly from President Biden, although some not as good news regarding garnishments that I actually forgot to mention at the end of last video. So I will include it in this video. In fact, let's just jump right in. Don't forget to hit the like button for us. And if you're new, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on updates on the third stimulus check when the money's coming, as well as the next stimulus package coming called the Build Back Better package. Also on this channel, we cover the $200 per month Social Security increase, the $10,000 or more of student loan forgiveness, the $15,000 home buyer credit, all of those which President Biden wants, as well as the next stimulus package coming. New information is coming out about garnishing the $1,400 stimulus check. This is brand new information coming out today. We're going to be getting a lot of new information about all the different stimulus buckets of money that are in the third stimulus check package: the mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance, the child earned income tax credits that are $3,000 to $3,600, as well as the income tax credits for non-people without children, just regular adults. And new information coming out just here today about garnishments on the $1,400 third stimulus check. Congress has passed the $1,400 stimulus check, but some people with unpaid debts could have money garnished this time around. Like the previous two rounds of checks, the $1,400 direct payments will come with eligibility rules based on income and other requirements. However, because these new checks are set to be authorized through the process known as budget reconciliation, they will not be exempt from garnishment. Consumer and banking trade groups, including the American Bankers Association, sent a letter to Congress and Senate leaders on Monday calling for stimulus payments to be exempt from garnishment. Quote, otherwise, the families that need this money the most, those struggling with debt and whose entire bank accounts may be frozen by garnishment orders, will not be able to access their funds, this letter said. The group calls on Congress to pass a standalone bill to prevent depository institutions from having to pay creditors who attempt to garnish and freeze bank accounts. In general, there are three kinds of unpaid debts that can be satisfied via garnishment: unpaid IRS tax debt, other government debt, or private debt, according to the tax foundation analyst Garrett Watson. The $1,400 payments will be protected from outstanding debt, tax debt, or debt collected by government, including child support offsets. However, stimulus payments are not protected from collection from private debts. Okay, so let's be very clear here. The $1,400 stimulus payments are protected from tax debt or debt collected by the government, including child support offsets. But they are not protected from collection for private debt from private institutions that could garnish your $1,400 stimulus check. In contrast, the $600 stimulus check that went out in December had more robust protection that generally protected the money from all three forms of collection. Because there are limited ways for people to change their bank account information with the IRS, there is little people can do to prevent the funds from being taken, except perhaps closing their accounts. However, that would mean they would have to wait longer to receive their stimulus check. People who receive paper checks and are worried about garnishment can cash their checks at retail stores or check cashers instead of through their banks, but may incur higher fees by doing so. Those fees can range from $8 at Walmart up to $195 for a married couple who uses a check cashing service. So to be clear, it looks like the government and the tax department and child support will not be affected from garnishments on the third stimulus check. However, private companies can still potentially garnish your check. I will keep you up to date as this is unfolding. We're literally getting new information as this is kind of, now that it's passed, is kind of coming through the woodworks, and we'll get more information for you as it passes, or as we get more information coming out. Speaking of that, let's go directly to the White House. President Joe Biden here today on the third stimulus check package.
That this bill has been discussed and debated. It's clear that an overwhelming percentage of the American people, Democrats, independents, our Republican friends, have made it clear, the people out there, made it clear they strongly support the American Rescue Plan. Yesterday, with the final passage of the plan in the House of Representatives, their voices were heard and reflected in everything we have in this bill. And I believe this is, and most people I think do as well, this historic legislation is about rebuilding the backbone of this country and giving people in this nation, working people, middle-class folks, people who built the country, a fighting chance. That's what the essence of it is. And I'm going to have a lot more to say about that tonight and the next couple of days and be able to take your questions. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is sign this bill and make a presentation tonight. And then there's going to be plenty of opportunities. We're going to be on the road, not only talking about what I'm talking about tonight is the impact on the virus and how we're going to end this pandemic. And we're going to talk at all the elements of the bill, beginning on Friday, Saturday, through the week. So, thank you for being here. Got it. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
So as you can see, President Joe Biden has now officially signed the third stimulus check and third stimulus package into law, as this kind of he kind of changed his mind, slash they got it over to him faster. He wasn't expected to sign it into law until tomorrow, but there was kind of a large outcry from Americans saying, sign it now, sign it as soon as you can. And the House of Representatives was able to get it over to him today. There was some question on if they could finalize the package and have it prepared and ready to get to the president's desk today, or if it would have to happen tomorrow on Friday. However, they did get it to the president today, and as you just seen there on the footage, he has passed and signed the third stimulus check package into law. And I want to say going forward that, first of all, I'm so happy that we were able to do this, as well as the second one. And this kind of proves all the naysayers wrong. I'm sure you've read the comments throughout the past weeks and months. I've seen so many comments of people saying there will never be a second stimulus check. And then we got the second stimulus check. And then there were so many people saying we'll never see a third stimulus check. And lo and behold, we got a third stimulus check. And now you can already see people saying there won't be a fourth stimulus check. And guess what? Just ignore the naysayers. And unfortunately, there's always people out there that want to hold you down and don't believe that we're ever going to get any help. We've now passed 3 different stimulus checks. This is the largest stimulus check yet to date at $1,400 for adults and more than double for children that we've seen in the past at $1,400 per child, and for adult dependents and college students this time around who didn't even receive the first and second stimulus check. And President Biden said there will be stimulus checks and stimulus packages until this pandemic is completely over. And inside aides say that President Biden wants no less than 2 stimulus checks, because apparently there's some information coming out that former President Donald Trump got at least 2 stimulus checks. He wants to have at least 2 stimulus checks also, and not be kind of outdone from his predecessor. So I expect there will be at least 1 more stimulus check. We already have about a dozen Democrats in the Senate and a couple dozen more in the House already, literally before the ink was even dry, on the third stimulus check package, pushing for monthly reoccurring stimulus checks in the next stimulus package known as the Build Back Better package, which will be an infrastructure package, but will have multiple different things of stimulus in there. Again, so don't listen to the naysayers, because they said we weren't going to get a second stimulus check. They also said we weren't going to get a third stimulus check. We've now gotten the second and the third, and we already have Democrats pushing for a 4th stimulus check in the next package. In fact, they're pushing for monthly stimulus checks, as you can see here on the screen, monthly recurring stimulus checks. I kind of think at worst case scenario, we'll get another single check for the 4th stimulus check, so at least 1 more. If not, at best case scenario, will be the monthly reoccurring, somewhere in between their best case scenario, monthly recurring stimulus checks, worst case scenario, a single stimulus check for the 4th one and the next one coming. Here is White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki on the arrival, or the potential arrival, on the 3rd stimulus check.
since the Treasury Department of Treasury and the IRS are working hard to get relief payments out the door as fast as possible to the American people. People can expect to start seeing direct deposits hit their bank accounts as early as this weekend. This is, of course, just the first wave. But some people in the country will start seeing those direct deposits in their bank accounts this weekend, and payments to eligible Americans will continue throughout the course of the next several weeks.
So the White House says that some people on a direct deposit could actually receive their $1,400 stimulus checks and $1,400 stimulus checks for all of their dependents as soon as this weekend. Now, if you remember from the previous stimulus checks, sometimes you'll get them very quick, depending on if you're direct deposit. Sometimes you're in the first wave of the direct deposits. Sometimes you're in the second or third wave. There could be a delay. Last time around, we also seen delays from TurboTax users, Tax Act, Jackson Hewitt, and multiple different tax preparers that the money actually went to the tax preparer, and there was actually some confusion there. So I will keep you up to date on any of that if that comes, as well as many possible delays or anything like that happens. Let me know down below in the comments as soon as you guys receive your $1,400 third stimulus check. And remember that there's more than just the $1,400 in this third stimulus check package. One of those other buckets of money is actually from the second stimulus check package. If you had a loved one die from the pandemic, you can actually receive a reimbursement of up to $7,000 for their funeral. This has already been passed and approved by the second stimulus check package. The government is in the process of setting up a system to be able to pay back you or your family members. So this is not set up. I will keep you updated as this particular bucket of money becomes more available. What I would recommend to you right now is if you had a family member die from the pandemic, keep your receipts, get the certificate of passing, and get everything all ready to go. So when this does become available, you'll be able to submit it to the government, and I will let you know when that becomes available and the process on how to do so. In this third stimulus check package, which is the largest yet to date money wise for Americans, is also a $3,000 to $3,600 child income tax credit. And there's also an earned income tax credit that is expanded both money wise and eligibility wise for people without children. Well, actually, I should just say adults there. So there's an adult earned income tax credit and a child income tax credit that I will be giving you guys more details as we get more guidance from the IRS and the Treasury Department. But on the child tax credit, this is basically going to be paid to the parents of the children in the form of monthly stimulus checks, $3,000 for children over the age of 6 through 17, or $250 per month starting a few months from now as they set up a system to claim this money. I'll help you guys how to do that when it becomes available. And $3,600 for children under the age of 6, or $300 per month per child. There's no limit to the amount of children you have. So if you have 1 children, 5 children, or 10 children, you will get a $1,400 stimulus check for each of them, and the child income tax credit of $3,000 to $3,600 per child in addition. So a total of $4,400 to $5,000 per child, depending on their age. And the only qualification is the same exact qualification for the stimulus checks. If you make under $75,000 as an individual, $112,500 as a head of household, or $150,000 as a couple, you will receive the full amounts. And of course, you have to have a social security number, and your children have to have a social security number. So as long as you meet the requirements for the income and have a social security number, you will get both the stimulus check and the income tax credit. Also, everybody gets the stimulus check based on the same qualifications. You under the income level, you have a social security number. So if you're on social security, SSI, SSDI, if you have no job, if you have a job making $70,000, you will receive the third stimulus check. Most generally, rule of thumb is if you got the first and second one, you'll be getting the third one also, as long as you didn't make a lot more money and you have already filed your taxes. If you've already filed your 2020 taxes, you may have to file an amendment to get the $10,000 unemployment tax credit, but I will keep you up to date on that as well as we get more information. Don't file an amendment or anything just yet. Stay tuned to this channel because I'm going to keep you updated on all these different buckets of money unfolding and the other ones in the third stimulus check package, such as mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, and utility assistance. So make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. Click the bell icon after subscribing to all notifications so you get notifications when we go live. I will have another update for you guys tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 8 p.m. West Coast time. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.